Surprise, surprise, I am back in here with the plants in the plant room. You're going to notice like this guy has little or no foliage. So anything that I've cut off has had pretty much fungus damage. You know, the stuff that I was trying to figure out before, I was like, oh, maybe it's too much nitrogen or too much that. And actually all of the foliage that's on here looks real nice right now. But if you get down here to the floor, you take any of these, see the burned edges, you can see the telltale evidence of fungus now in retrospect, right? So upon figuring all of this out, I went and grabbed some of this. And I think the most important piece here is looking at the active ingredients. And of course, instead of going and Googling that, I went to AI and asked it a little bit about the implications and what's going on. What's interesting is that the reason that I noticed it, I have all of these that have come up, and you know, obviously they don't have any soil issues. So when I saw that there was leaf spot on it, immediately I was like, shoot, I know what I did. And you can see there's evidence in a couple different places. Boy, that makes me mad. Should have just gone and gotten some anti-fungicide, or some fungicide, not anti-fungicide. Interestingly enough, I've been wondering like why this has struggled so much, and I put that stuff on it, and now we've got, and I have no idea what are these. A larval form of something? Were they underneath the leaf? I don't know where they were, but they are out here in force everywhere. Anyway, this got treated for fungus. This got treated for fungus. This got treated for fungus. And that's probably, that has been holding everything back. Dumb me. And I'm sure I pushed it hard and, you know, got some water that splashed up from the ground that brought that fungal spores into whatever. This has recovered really nicely. I thought for sure it was going to die. Not a lot of evidence of fungus on it, but there you've got a couple leaves that look like that I'll trim off. In general, the rest of the body of the plant has got a lot of this nice new growth in here. I'm also hitting all of this with this swamp water, and that is filled with biostimulants, minerals, all the stuff that these plants need to recover. I'm also curious if this guy over here, I sprayed him down a little bit, if some of these didn't get cooked by a fungus at some point, because it was doing so well. It looked so vibrant, and then it just looked like this, like absolute death. And you can see how soft and gross that looks, but the new growth looks amazing that's coming out. I also wonder if some of these spots on here, if that's not what that is as well. And I also wonder if that's not what killed that. Right? Okay, so now we're into fungicides as well. It says one application every 14 days, haven't increased. We got airflow pumping through here. At one point I did get it way too humid in here, and I was pushing a lot of nitrogen, so I don't have any problem learning lessons. But I'd like to not make as many mistakes. So now you got an idea of what we did this winter. A lot of for me during the winter, the question was, is the setup in my lights? Do I have enough light? Do I have too much light? Is that what's causing the blight? I think in reality, after consulting with AI a little bit, things grow slower in the winter, meaning when we're in here. And so I don't need to hammer it with nitrogen, because I'm not trying to make the plant bigger and more robust. I'm just trying to move it along. So long story short, what I've learned so far this winter.